All right, guys, I am back and I am using some of this manila drawing paper. Got it from Office Depot, and here is the SKU number there in case you are interested in ordering it or whatever. And I just really want to create ephemera, so we're just going to go with a couple of pieces that I know that I can use in the next little while. And again, this paper is 9 by 12 inches, but I've done this with regular paper too, and I've done it actually recently. You probably saw it a little bit ago, like a couple weeks ago video maybe. So I'm gonna just be creating ephemera the next couple of videos, just like some of my favorite things to do, and we're just gonna craft together and chit chat, and yeah. So, hope you all are doing well. I am enjoying the new position that I took. It is full of learning and craziness, and it's awesome. So yeah. I have like really no idea of things planned as far as I have a couple of ideas rolling around for journals, but I think I just need to create a little bit. I've been feeling kind of restless lately. So yeah, when I feel restless, if I just take a couple of weeks to kind of just chill and create, it usually works pretty good. Now, one of my timbers, I think, ended up being almost black, so we're just gonna kind of stamp a little bit. And I have like a bunch of stuff that I've never even used. It has dust on it. Oh, I don't really like how that stamps. That's way too dark. That's all right. We'll lighten it up. I really wanted to just, like, I've had that construction paper or drawing paper, as it's called, for a couple of months now. And I've just been totally curious on how it will work. And I've got, I know one of the last few videos you guys have heard me talk about clearance stuff at Hobby Lobby. So that's honestly where I get a lot of my craft supplies, is at Hobby Lobby on clearance. And this is like their little tissue paper stuff. So yeah, I tend not to spend a ton on my craft supplies. I think that stuff would probably be better if you cut it than tried to rip it. I wonder if it's like that other stuff that if you were to wet it, it would do much better. Must be a trick to it. Or, since that stuff is so dark, what if we tried the birds? We could do that as well. Stuff we get and we don't use, right? Birdie darling. I'll just take a couple of these off. No, obviously if I use it on this specific piece, but we'll at least have a couple, right? And I would assume, except I may have used this bird one a while back, but not very much of it anyways. lines come through there pretty good. Probably should have gotten this stuff out too, huh? When we were doing Emily's challenge a couple days ago. Some of these lying around. So we want to kind of keep it all flat because it folds down. I'll show you, for those of you that have kind of missed this piece of ephemera, I'll show you what it does here in a minute. Ooh, that is some feisty glue. Oh, that's a lot of glue. Very wet. That isn't irritating. I don't know what is. I just filled it up a little bit from another bottle that was a little bit low, like the last time I switched everything out. Seems a little bit more watery than I remember it should be. Alright, and I believe that these words come from a jeweled design. I will have to look if I forget. Go ahead and remind me in the comments and I will try to remember to do that. Link her shop. You guys how you guys are doing? I hope so. If I didn't, how are you? How's life treating you? I'm gonna assume it's well here. Pull our little scraps out here. This is kind of fun, just creating to create. I like projects too, but I think sometimes you just need a mental break, huh? So this gets glued onto your page like here, here, and here. I already have yep, I already have one. Or you can glue on the back, glue here and here and make it a side tuck. But then once it's down, then it opens up and it folds out into a big piece of writing paper. So that is why it's one of my favorite pieces, is because it's just added extra that you can do. So then what I like to do is let's make some tags. I have a couple of these hanging around. I'm pretty much just gonna start using what's on my desk for the next few videos. I hope you guys don't mind, but, or what's in arm reach, I should say. So if we did that, what would happen if we did the whole tag, or maybe we just want to do a little bit. So we can always cut the end of that off. I'm gonna cut through there, but I don't want to cut the bird off. Maybe do that and cut the end of the tag off. That would be really easy. I better go down a little bit lower. So our cute little birdie's head doesn't get all chopped off there. Then what was I thinking? The bottom. No idea. Oh. That's all right. Just rip it off and we'll figure out something for that bottom piece, which I think I already have figured that out in my head over here. And I'm gonna put something at the top. That stuff's pretty different to use. While I'm at it, let's just trim that off. Yeah, it cuts real well too. I'm gonna let that dry a little bit more before maybe I can get it in there. I was just thinking it might do better for us if we left that for a minute, but then the bottom, some of these. I'll toss one of these on. Again, this is one of my die cuts. Possibility. What do they look like up here? Covers up the bird's head. Need something up here. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. We'll just use another one on that other side too. So, have it kind of come around the bird a little bit. Yeah, I kind of like that. I'm not overly talkative this evening. I think it just is, I recorded several videos today, and so my talking voice is all talked out. And I'm really focused too. That usually is a... Okay, so I'm liking that. I really do like how those, you can really jazz up your stuff with die cuts. And I started watching this new series on Netflix, Little at a Time. It's called Versailles, or Versailles, maybe. I don't know. I'm not really for sure the pronunciation. Grace says Versailles. I've heard several people call it Versailles, so I have no idea. I'm not highfalutin enough to know really what that's all about. Okay, I actually really like that. Like, really like that. And are we sure that I don't want some? I think I'll just cut off the bottom like we talked about before, and that alleviates the need to cover that up. Just like that. Okay. Throw our favorited ink on it. Okay. Okay, I like that. almost wondering now, do we need a little bit of gold around this other edge to kind of pull it all in together? Maybe. So let me get my, talk amongst yourselves for a second. I need, oh, nope, it's right up here. Okay, so in one of the last videos that you saw, I was talking about the waxes. This one is, they're made by Prima. There's the SKU for that one, the item number there. This one is the vintage gold. These are probably one of the things I use the most when I'm decorating edges. I do caution every time I use them. I do caution they do have a smell to them. So if you're sensitive to that kind of thing, be very careful if you get these. I happen to like the smell, but my mom did not. So she ended up giving me some of hers. So like I said, it's not for everyone. They do take a little bit to dry. So that's always something to consider. Anyways, and it smells somewhere in between I will get that off, but actually I'll just do it now so you guys can see what I use. I like a flowery turpentine is the best way I can describe it. Again, I like the scent, but that's not going to be for everybody. I just use a little bit of rubbing alcohol. And normally it gets everything right off. And especially this stuff, you definitely want to get it off your mats and stuff sooner rather than later. But I don't remember who gave me that little gem of knowledge, but that has really saved my mats. Rubbing alcohol. So yeah, so that is that. So if you made it this far, then yeah, awesome, and thank you. And I will just talk to you in the next video. Bye guys.